Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Force here with another discussion video. In today's video I wanted to tell you guys that every video game that you are currently playing, you're doing it wrong. I'm just kidding. I'm not that guy. The point of today's video is to talk about the people within the gaming community who really seem to feel the need to tell other people how they should be playing video games. And in case you're wondering what brought this about, I recently, last week, covered Dark Souls as my game of the week. Now, clearly this is a game that's been out for a while. It's been out for about 2 years. Just last year, it actually made it over to the PC. So there's lots of people who have played this game and have experience with it and have this preconceived notion of how you should approach the game. And this isn't just about Dark Souls, and this isn't just about the series and the response that I got from some people, because this is something that I've seen within the community and people's discussion on videos and on forums and things like that when interacting with other gamers who are talking about or showing off the way that they're playing a video game. Specifically, in this most recent case that sort of spurred my motivation to make this video, I was playing through Dark Souls, and I put in like 20 hours into my first character, and then I happened to one night be watching someone play Dark Souls on Twitch TV, and they were actually doing speedruns. And I watched that, and I said, this looks really cool, and this looks like a fun thing that I'd like to try out. So I started to follow his speedrun path, and I did a couple things, ended up getting myself this really cool weapon early on, like super early on, and I was just playing through trying to follow his speedrun path. Well, after a couple of hours of trying that, I realized I can't do this. So I just went back to normal playing with my character, and then I made a video showing off sort of how it progressed, and everyone was like, "Oh, you cheated!" And there was so much of just a huge response from some people saying, "Force, you've completely ruined the experience. You might as well stop playing the game. It's pointless now. You destroyed your first playthrough of Dark Souls." And I'm just sitting there kind of scratching my head thinking, I did? Because I'm having a lot of fun right now, and I'm really enjoying this game, and I'm really enjoying my experience with it. So what I wanted to touch on here in this video, and what I wanted to talk with you guys about, is what is it about some gamers, certain individuals who feel the need to sort of dictate and tell other people how they should be playing through and experiencing a video game. Now, don't get me wrong, I fully understand why in this particular situation, this most recent example with my Dark Souls playthrough that I did, why people were saying what they were saying. It's because they feel that I should experience the game completely blind for the first time, and that I should just figure things out on my own. But to sit there and tell me that the gameplay experience has been ruined and it's pointless to play it now, I might as well quit, makes no sense to me, because at the end of the day, why do we play games? Well, I guess people play games for different reasons, but bottom line, it's a form of entertainment and something that we do because we enjoy doing it. We find it to be a fun experience. And despite what other people may think about how I approach Dark Souls, and the fact that after playing for 20 hours, I happened to watch someone do a speed run, and I felt the desire to try that myself because I thought I would enjoy it, and I did. And so despite those things, whether or not you agree with how I approach that game, I still had fun, and bottom line is that's all that matters, and we shouldn't feel the need to dictate to other people how they should experience something, especially a video game. I mean, this isn't a movie or a book where your hand is held and it's a completely guided experience. This is an interactive form of entertainment in which the player gets to decide, to a certain extent, of course, there are gameplay parameters, but within the parameters, the player gets to decide how they approach an experience. And even this game in particular, and you would figure that with this specific example, that people would be very understanding of the notion that people approach things differently. I mean, Dark Souls is not a linear experience at all. It's a game where you can go here, there, or anywhere, and there's no arrow pointing you to where you should be going and how you should be approaching the game. It's all up to the player in terms of how they go about playing the game. And I enjoyed how I played the game, but again, this isn't necessarily a gripe on that. I just wanted to use that as an example. So let's open up the table to you guys. What do you think about the notion and the type of people out there who feel the need to tell other players that they're doing something wrong, they're playing a game incorrectly, and that they should play the game exactly like this or else the experience is ruined? Let me know what you guys think about that. Frankly, I think it's silly, and I think it sort of falls along the same lines of how people constantly debate over which game is better, game A or game B. I think the mentality that puts people in a situation, as an example, saying League of Legends is so much better than Dota 2, it comes down to the fact that those people play League of Legends, they enjoy the game, they spend a ton of time with the game, and because that is what they do, anyone else who does something different must be wrong, because they can't be wrong. Because this is what they're doing. If they thought that Dota 2 is the right choice, then that's what they would do, and everyone who plays League of Legends would be stupid. Well, I think this is the same sort of example. People play a game, they play it a certain way, and of course, since they played it that way, that's the right way, because they wouldn't have played it that way if it wasn't the right way. I mean, that mentality goes into all sorts of aspects of life, you know, even political views and stuff. If a person thinks a certain thing, because they think that, of course they think it's the right thing. So I think it's the same case here in video games. If someone played Dark Souls a certain way, for example, they would say, well, this was the right way because it's the way I played it, and anyone else who plays it differently must be stupid. And frankly, I think that's a terrible mentality and stupid in and of itself. This is an interactive form of media. People should and can be encouraged, they can be and should be encouraged to play games the way that they see fit, as long as they're having fun. I don't see what all the ruckus is about. So that's been this discussion here, guys. I wanted to talk with you about this fact and get your opinions and thoughts on it. Please let me know what you think in the comment section below. I really like doing these discussion videos and sort of bouncing ideas and having this conversation with you guys, because I think it spurs up a lot of discussion in the comments and getting you guys going back and forth, and I love reading through that stuff. So please let me know what you think about this week's topic. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like the content, please subscribe, and as always, keep watching and keep playing, or owning. Keep playing the way you want to play. Why don't you do that? In fact, you can do whatever you want. You don't have to keep watching or keep owning. It's up to you.